What's going on, guys? BTS here, back again with another episode of Best Class. This is a series in which I go over a certain gun and a class that I personally think works best for that gun. And today we have a very highly requested gun, which is the PDW. And with the last patch, this gun is now absolute garbage. This used to be one of the best guns in Black Ops 2, but since everybody was using it and it was, you know, kind of overpowered, they nerfed it with the last patch and added a shit ton of recoil. And now I pretty much never use this gun because of how much recoil is on it. I play on 14 sensitivity, so, you know, trying to control that recoil just doesn't work well for me, so I just completely avoid the PDW as much as possible. Actually, getting this gameplay took like 4 or 5 games just for me to get, and it's not even that good of gameplay. That should show you how bad I am with the PDW. I don't know why, but I see other people still using it and still getting these amazing scores and doing really well, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? I can't do that. The recoil is absolutely crazy. But anyways, let's get right into the class that I am using. I have laser sight, quick draw, and stock. Laser sight is not something that I would normally run on SMGs, surprisingly, since, you know, the other 98% of COD players do, but I don't. Just because I want to try to aim down sight as much as possible and stay on target to win my gunfights, you know, as easily as I can. But with the recoil being, you know, so prevalent is the word that I'm looking for, I think. I don't know big words that well, but anyways, with the recoil being so high, that's a much better word, I think. Anyways, with the recoil being so high, I want to try to not aim down sight as much as possible. I know that sounds weird, but it's just the way I use the PDW. I tend to hip fire quite a bit more with this gun than I would another SMG because of the recoil. So that's why I have the laser sight there. Now I do have on quick draw for when I'm close range with enemies and I actually do aim down sight, and you know, it helps out. And then of course I have stock, which I put on every single gun. I absolutely love stock and strafing so much, but if you don't like it yourself, what I would normally suggest is to put on something like fast mag, but you don't really need it on the PDW because it has 50 bullets per magazine, so you're not really reloading too much. Then even when you do, the base reload on this gun is relatively quick, so I wouldn't suggest something like fast mag or extended mags. It's kind of a waste of a point or two. So what I would suggest if you don't want to put on stock is something like a red dot, because the iron sights aren't too great, or if you want, you could put on a secondary, which I seem to never do ever, but if you guys want to, you can, like the B23R or the Cap 40, whatever floats your boat. But I really like to strafe, so that's why the stock is there. Now let's get right into the perks that I am using. I am using my base perks setup, which is lightweight, toughness, and dexterity. This is kind of the main perk set that I run for any really good class. It seems with whenever I do well, it's when I have these perks. And then I also have hardline there because, like I said, I'm really bad with this gun and I want to get my kill streaks as quickly as possible and up in the air as soon as I can, just so it can help me out a bit more. But anyways, what do you guys think? Does this gun have way too much recoil, or am I just bad? Because it could very well be that I'm just bad at this game. Who knows? But I feel like, they gave it way too much recoil, and I think they need to tone it down just a bit with the next patch. Hopefully they do, but then again, it might be overused again, so it's kind of like a win-loss, but I'm fine with that. Anyways, go into free-for-all, play 3 to 5 games, use the class that we talked about in this video, then post your best scores in the comment section below. And of course, if you have a certain gun that you want to see me do a best class on, go ahead, leave that in the comments as well, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. A like would be appreciated. I'm BTS. Until next time, stay creative, guys.